Namaste. Welcome to the 19th video in the overall series and introduction to Sanatana Dharma. We were talking about the Hindu concept of God till date. We spoke about Ishvara, Bhagavan, how Hinduism is monotheistic and polytheistic. It does not fit into the traditional Western concept, so to say. Hinduism is different. It's been around forever, so we are different. Today, basically, we take up Nadopasana part 2. So we take a composition, a song by the poet Saint Annamacharya, who you see in my virtual background, that's his statue. A poetic recreation, obviously, artistic recreation. Nobody knew how he looked like. There's a beautiful composition by the poet Saint Annamacharya called Enta Matramana Ebbaru Talachina. This is on Lord Venkateshwara, but talks about overall divinity in general. We will come to the meaning. Some time back, my father was talking about this video. So he was just telling me about the song. Sorry, he was telling me about the song. He said that this song encompassed the core philosophy of Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma. I did not get it very clearly at that point of time. This was a couple of years back, if I remember correctly. Now, after having read some more material, and when I revisited that song, that is when I understood what he meant by that. Let's get into that song today.
ఎంత మాత్రమున ఎవరు తలచిన అంత మాత్రమే నీవు ఎంత మాత్రమున ఎవరు తలచిన అంత మాత్రమే నీవు అంతరాంతరములంచి చూడ పిండంతే నిప్పటి అన్నట్లు అంతరాంతరములంచి చూడ పిండంతే నిప్పటి అన్నట్లు ఎంత మాత్రమున ఎవరు తలచిన అంత మాత్రమే నీవు కొలుతురు మిము వైష్ణవులు కోరిమితో విష్ణుడని పలుకుదురు మిము వేదాంతులు పరబ్రహ్మంబనుచు కొలుతురు మిము వైష్ణవులు కోరిమితో విష్ణుడని పలుకుదురు మిము వేదాంతులు పరబ్రహ్మంబనుచు తలతురు మిము శైవులు తగిన భక్తులును శివుడనుచు తలతురు మిము శైవులు తగిన భక్తులును శివుడనుచు అలరి పొగడుదురు కాపాలికులు ఆది భైరవుడనుచు అలరి పొగడుదురు కాపాలికులు ఆది భైరవుడనుచు ఎంత మాత్రమున ఎవరు తలచిన అంత మాత్రమే నీవు సరినన్నుదురు శక్తేయులు శక్తి రూపు నీవనుచు దర్శనములు మిము నానా విధులను తలపుల కొలదుల భజింతురు సరినన్నుదురు శక్తేయులు శక్తి రూపు నీవనుచు దర్శనములు మిము నానా విధులను తలపుల కొలదుల భజింతురు సిరుల మిముని అల్పబుద్ధి తలచిన వారికి అల్పం బగుదవు గరిమల మిముని ఘనమని తలచిన ఘన బుద్ధులకు ఘనుడవు నీ వలన కొరతే లేదు మరి నీరు కొలది తామరవు ఆవల భాగీరథి దరి బావుల జలమే ఊరిన ఎట్లు నీ వలన కొరతే లేదు మరి నీరు కొలది తామరవు ఆవల భాగీరథి దరి బావుల ఆ జలమే ఊరిన ఎట్లు శ్రీ వెంకటపతి నీవైతే మము చేకొని ఉన్న దైవమని శ్రీ వెంకటపతి నీవైతే మము చేకొని ఉన్న దైవమని ఈ వలనే నీ శరణనియదను ఇది ఏ పరతత్వము నాకు ఇది ఏ పరతత్వము నాకు ఇది ఏ పరతత్వము నాకు.
So now let's get into the meaning of this song. Before that, apologies for all the mistakes I committed. Now, what it basically says, I will not go by a word meaning. I will not go according to that. It will probably become too cumbersome. But in general, enta matramuna ebbaru talachina anta matrame neevu. Basically, what it says is, Parabrahma, God, Ishvara, Bhagavan is infinite. Now, we do not understand this concept of infinity, right? So now whichever way I think of Ishvara, Bhagavan, Parabrahma, he becomes that to me. So there is a Sanskrit thing, I think, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati, or Yo Yo Yam Yam Tanum Bhakta Shraddhayar Chitumicchate. Remember that shloka from the Bhagavad Gita we had mentioned sometime back. So if I think of God in a certain way, he becomes like that for my sake. That is what this means. Yanta matrama yabbaru talachina. Whichever way people conceptualize, think of you, you become that way. Antarantaramu lenchi chuda pindante nippati annatlu. He is giving an example. So he says, depending upon the amount of flour you have, you get roti. Put in a way, in a certain way. Depending upon the amount of flour you have, you get roti, right? So depending on the differences that exist in the minds of people, people think about divinity, Ishvara in various ways. He becomes like that, irrespective of what the ultimate nature is for that particular person. Then, Koluturu mimo Vaishnavulu Kurumito Vishnudani. Obviously, Vaishnavas think of him as Vishnu. So, Annamacharya is addressing this song to Lord Venkateshwara, the Tirumala temple. So, he says, Vaishnavulu Kurumito, with a lot of friendship, they worship you, saying that you are Vishnu. Fantastic. Palukuduru mimo Vedantulu Parabrahmam Manuchu. Now, the Vedantins, those who are on the path of Vedanta Advaita, they do not believe in the concept of Saguna Parabrahma, what we had discussed some time back, right? They talk about Nirguna, Brahma, Nirguna, Ishvara, so to say. So they say that you are Parabrahma. They don't accept any form, shape, name, and stuff like that. They simply say you are Parabrahma, who Vedantins. Talaturu mimu Shaivulu, Tagina Bhaktulu, Sivudanachu. Shaivites and so on. They think of you as Shiva. Fantastic. Alari Pogataduru, Kapalikulu, Adi Bhairabanachu. There is a sect called the Kapalikas. They undertake certain, let's say, esoteric or let's say arcane. Probably in today's language, it might almost be on the side of black magic. It is also a path to God, possibly the Vamachara practices that exist in the world today. So there is a form of Shiva called Adi Bhairava. Kapalikas worship that form. So we Vaishnavas think of you as Vishnu, Shaivas think of you as Shiva rather. Then Vedantins say that you are Parabrahma, and Kapalikas say you are Adi Bhairava. Then Sarinennuduru Shakteyulu Shakti Rupuni Vachadu. Shakteyas think of you as Shakti. Darshanamulu Mimu Nana Vidranam Talapula Kolodula Bhajinturu. Basically, what it means is Talapula Kolodula. Basically, it means depending on your thoughts. Darshanamul. We spoke about the Shad Darshanas sometime back, right? Sankhya, so on and so forth. Each of them has a certain way. The Darshana basically means vision, or how we look at things, how we look at creation. Now, each of them may have a certain way of describing divinity, Ishvara, Bhagavan. Fantastic. He becomes that way. So, the Shakteyas think that you are Shakti, the mother goddess, divine, I think the divine feminine, something like that. I don't remember that Dan Brown terminology. The sacred feminine. Yes, the sacred feminine. Sirula mimune alpa buddhi talachina varik alpam bugadu. Alpa buddhi is self-explanatory. Those who have a very narrow mind, if they think of you, you become narrow for them. Garimala mimune, Garima, Sanskrit word actually. Garimala mimune ghanam, ghana. Talachina ghana buddhulaku, ghana buddhi, ghanudavu. So it basically says, if somebody who has a very narrow mind and tries to fit you into that, you are like that. If somebody is broad-minded, has that vision, maybe not to reach the ultimate, but at least to think of the ultimate in a much broader way, you become like that. To give you an example, imagine there is water in the ocean. You can pick it up in a glass, you can pick it up in your palms, you can pick it up in your pot, tank, lorry, whatever it is. It is still water. It is ocean. There is an ocean of water there. Ishvara, Bhagavan, Parabrahma is like that. Now, whether you take your palms, a glass, a pot, is up to you. It is not a restriction or a shortcoming of the ocean. It is a shortcoming of the person. That is what he is trying to say here. And then he says, Nee valana korata ledu. So basically, there is no shortcoming of yours. Neeru koladi tamaravu. Tamara basically means lotus. So depending on the amount of water that there is in a pond, the lotus flower blooms, or the number of lotus flowers in a pond depends upon the water. Like that, there is no shortcoming. It is not a shortcoming of you. It is a shortcoming of the person who's thinking about you. Avala Bhagirathi, the Ganga, Dari Babu. Babi basically means a well. So on the banks of the Ganga, you get the Ganga water only in the wells, right? And depending upon the amount of water that exists in a pond, you get blossoms, lotus blossoms. Depending upon the mental ability, or not even mental, the spiritual ability of the person, of the upasaka, the seeker, divinity appears to that person like that. Shri Venkatapati Nivaite Mamu Chekuni Unnadaivamani. You are Venkatapati, you are the deity that are close to us. Ivalane ni sharanani yadanu. Because of this, I seek refuge in you, in my heart. Diya Paratatvam. This is the Paratatva. This is the ultimate essence. So basically what he says, Annamaya, is, Oh Venkateshwara, you are the ultimate divinity for me. I adore you in my heart. People call you by various names. Various seekers worship you in different ways. There are Vaishnavas, Shaivas, Kapalikas, Shakteyas, Darshanikas, Advaitins, Vedantins, Shakteyas. Depending upon what they want, you take that form, you become like that. There is no shortcoming as far as you are concerned. You simply take a form, name, whatever it is, depending upon the seeker. That is the whole essence of this particular song. And this is what is a core concept of Hinduism. In fact, I can slightly extend this also. Imagine there is an atheist who says, prove to me that God exists. The basic point is, please don't waste your time doing that. Possibly, a theist will never be convinced by an atheist and vice versa. A theist is convinced that there is divinity, and an atheist is convinced. I'm not talking about agnostics, I'm talking about atheists, violent atheists, right? Who are radical atheists. So you possibly cannot convince that person that there is divinity. You don't need to. Please understand that when we talk about Ishvara, we are talking about a theist. When he talks about Ishvara, he is talking about a force that is behind this entire creation. Now, if you take an atheist, it was one mind on a speck of dust in one corner of the universe. Do you think the Lord, do you think Ishvara Bhagavan really cares that one person there is challenging the existence? We have an eternity of time. We have God only knows eternity of space. Who knows? Infinity of space rather. And there is an eternity of time. There are some minds here and there in one corner of the universe at one instant of time. What is the lifespan of that particular life? To say, the divine does not care. So please don't waste your time doing that. If somebody says, hey, God is only this much, okay, for him, yat bhavam tat bhavati. There is a volcano that has erupted in Indonesia. It is called Semeru. It is actually taken from Sumeru, which is a mountain that is very important in Hinduism, Buddhism, and all. Now, these are Hindus who are there in Indonesia, but for them, that big mountain there is Sumeru, is a very, let's say, holy mountain in Indonesia. It is not India, but basically, for them, that is divine. So Ishvara says, fantastic. You decide to worship me in that. You seek divinity in that. So be it. He does not have a problem. Who are we to have a problem? That is the concept of Hinduism. That is a beautiful concept of Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma. And that is what I wanted to cover in today's Nadopasana, the second Nadopasana video that we made. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Please take care. Namaste.